When it comes to men's style, sometimes things can get a bit expensive. If you're not careful, you can sometimes end up spending a fortune on items that aren't particularly high in quality or style. In today's video, things might be getting a bit controversial maybe, because I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 of the most popular style brands that I personally dislike and I think aren't very good value for money. Now, some of you guys out there might actually like some of these 5 brands that I've got on this list. So rather than getting triggered or slating me, basically the stuff that happens every day on the internet, I want to know if you do like one of these brands, tell me in the comment section below the reasons why you like them. Maybe you can persuade me around to your way of thinking. Let's plow straight into number 1. The first brand that I personally dislike and I don't think you should be spending your money on is Doc Martens. Now, Doc Martens footwear have a very particular look about them, a particular look that really doesn't suit the majority of men aesthetically. Now, if you want to go with this niche look, then by all means do. But when it comes to the chunkiness and the size of the majority of Doc Martens footwear, it just looks absolutely massive. If you're a guy who's got skinny legs or even average size legs, the size of these things often makes it look like you're wearing clown shoes. These things may look hipster, and for a few guys out there, they may look great with the stuff that you normally wear, with the way that you do your beard and that. But for the majority of guys, will this look consistently decent? No. And then when you add the price tag to this as well, I really feel that there are much better options out there for the majority of guys. The second fashion brand that I dislike and I don't think is the best value for money is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren is the king of inconsistencies when it comes to quality of clothing. Now, in some cases, Ralph Lauren will represent high quality designer clothing that looks good and feels good too. In most cases, with my multiple exposures to this brand, I'm feeling the clothing and thinking, you know, this actually is worth a quarter of the value. The quality of the material used is so poor in a lot of cases that it's comparable to something that you would get from Primark. And the only thing you're left really paying the extra for is the logo on the front. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you have to completely avoid Ralph Lauren, but you've just got to be very specific. And per item, I find there's a massive variance in quality. You've got to really feel the item and have it in your hands, which is why I'd recommend not ordering something online, because you really don't know what you're going to get with this brand. The third style brand that I don't think is worth the money is the North Face. Now, this is a brand that's been cropping up loads and loads recently, and I just can't seem to understand why. I've seen tons of guys wearing the North Face t-shirts on nights out, and I'm thinking, if I was going hiking, that would be appropriate. But here and now, in a nightclub, it just looks dreadful. The North Face makes some great, high-quality outdoor gear and accessories. But when it comes to stylish clothing, I don't really find it very stylish for the money. It really all started for them when it came to jackets and stuff. Loads of the chavs, in the UK at least, seem to have adopted the North Face as their jacket of choice. But it now seems to have moved more into mainstream wear like trousers and tops, and it just doesn't look as good. The shape of these things isn't built to be stylish, it's still built for functionality, and some people think because it's got the North Face branding on that it's going to be a stylish item, and for the majority of cases that just isn't true. The two main issues I find with this brand are the fit and the styling of these things. Now, these things are styled to be performance wear, so they're never going to give you the aesthetics of a stylish item, but I find that often the material as well will dictate the fit of these things. Sometimes it can be dead tight on the torso, but loose on the sleeves, because it's been designed for performance. It's not been designed to look the best. But if you are going hiking, it's a great option. The fourth style brand that I dislike and I don't think is worth your money is River Island. This is a fashion brand that advertises itself as a mid-range clothing company, but actually the quality of the products is very low tier. They've essentially got the same level of products as Primark or supermarket clothing, and then up the price slightly because they're a well-known brand. Here in the UK, River Island have a lot of rivals. They, in my opinion, are better alternatives. So you've got the likes of Topman and New Look Men's, Burton, all around a similar sort of price point, maybe fractionally more, but you're getting a much higher level of clothing quality. Also, some of the stuff in River Island is particularly questionable, as in the patterns, designs and fits of some of the things that they have to offer. So for the majority of guys, I wouldn't recommend it. And the fifth and final style brand that is not worth the money is one of the most stereotypical, Armani. I'm amazed that so many guys still seem to wear Armani stuff. Now, it's one thing wearing an Armani fragrance, but when it comes to style, the Armani guys just don't know what they're doing. 99% of the time, it's big, screen-printed, overly bold shirts that just shout out, I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to style, so I've just bought a random big brand. And when it comes to Armani and clothing, the stuff is generally terrible. And the big thing for me is when I see a guy in one of these giant screen-printed Armani tops, I think to myself, I bet it's a faker, but it's not actually even a real Armani top. So when it comes to Armani, stick to the fragrance if that's what you want to go for, but for everything else, stick to more well-known style brands. For today's video vote, I want to know what you guys think. Which, out of these 5 style brands, do you dislike the most? You've got a choice by pressing the I in the corner of the screen, and you can select one from the drop-down menu. And of course, in the comment section below, I want to know which 5 brands do you think are some of the most overpriced on the market? Let me know, and also let me know if you actually liked any of the brands that I've included in today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave it a like and share it with your friends. And also, if you want to see some more similar videos like this to do with men's style, grooming and well-being, to save you some money, but also to make sure you look better every single time, then make sure you subscribe to the channel as well to get my 3 free videos every single week. And I'll see you guys on the next video.